experiences that I have in marketing our great tool that we have, which is the Toastmaster experience. It's really something special that few other organizations can say that have something like this. And it's important for us to spread the word out, because having new members in a club and sharing our experience makes our own experience much better and makes it possible for a lot of other people to get access to this incredible tool, which is Toastmasters. Now, let me see if I can show you my screen. Maybe better to share it the normal way. Okay. So you should be seeing my screen now and my slides. But from time to time, I will go back to showing you my face directly. Let me give you an idea of what I would like to talk about. I would like to talk about three things. I would like, first of all, to show you a physical tool that you can use to promote Toastmaster and to market Toastmaster. Then I would like to talk about something which is very close to my heart. It's a project that I ran a couple of years ago called Moonlit, which has developed all that you need to create a membership campaign and a marketing campaign to promote your club. And then I would like to give you a number of other ideas and tools that you can use. All of these things are meant to be very simple to use. So the idea is that it's nothing fancy, it's all normal things that we can all use without having any specific knowledge. And to get started, my first physical tool is a very simple one. It's a pin like this, and something that you can wear, or that you can put on your bag, or that you can give to people. It's a simple way to attract attention. You can place it where people see it, and they will be sparkled by curiosity to ask you, what is Toastmasters? And then you will have an opportunity to tell them. So this is the first kind of thing. Let's be visible and let's attract the attention of people. But then let's go on to the second thing I want to talk about, which is the Moonlit project. As I said, it's a project that I've had the pleasure of running with an incredible team of people across all of Europe, not only in our district, but across Europe. And the aim was to develop marketing campaigns. We started out by actually looking at who are the target of most of our clubs. And most of our clubs are actually attracting two kinds of people. The millennials between 25 and 34 years of age, and the Generation X, people between 35 and 44. But these are not the only targets. Depending on the club, we have certain clubs that attract younger people, university students, young working professionals, or a completely different group, housewives, retirees, senior citizens, or you have also corporations and businesses that have their own kind of target and internal groups. So in order to develop marketing tools and a marketing campaign for your club, first of all, you have to decide to whom you want to target your campaign. Of course, you can run different campaigns for different targets in order to attract both people from one target and another target. But it is important to talk in the right way to the target that you want to attract. What did we prepare in Moonlit? We prepared ready-to-use materials for each one of these target groups. They are mainly tools for Facebook, but they can be used also on LinkedIn and on Twitter. And of course, you can adapt them to other social media depending on which are the kind of people that you want to attract. For example, if you want to go for very young people, you might want to experiment with TikTok and prepare something specific for that. But let's go back to what we have prepared, and let me show you the kind of material that we have. We have prepared a set that includes pictures like this with a certain message and a text. And the text depends on the kind of media that you want to use. So for LinkedIn, it will usually be a longer text. For Twitter, it's going to be a very short text. And Facebook is somehow in the middle with a medium length text, which also uses some tags, which are, of course, very important in Twitter, but they can also be used in Facebook to attract the attention of people. We have made specific media for specific cases. So if you look on the left column, these pictures are made for the younger target. And you can recognize it by the fact that they use younger people in the pictures. It's important for people you are targeting your ads and your campaign to feel reflected in the pictures that you publish. If you're looking at older age group, then we add different pictures for older people. The message is still the same, just we change the kind of picture that we thought would attract more attention from the people that we were targeting. And then we actually prepared the marketing plan. I think here I need to share the screen because otherwise this will be difficult to read. But in any case, know that I will be sharing the entire presentation so you can later look at all the items that I'm going to show. This is an example Facebook marketing plan that we have developed in the project. In order to get something like this, you have to make a few choices. And the tool that we have developed will guide you in making those choices. You have to select a few parameters. So first of all, you have to select what is your target. Younger, older, or one of the other groups that I showed. And what is your main channel? Facebook rather than LinkedIn or whatever else. You should also choose the language in which you want to run your marketing campaign. Our material has been developed in English, but thanks to the support of Google Translate in the tool, we can provide a first translation into any other language, including Turkish. Of course, it's a good idea to check the translation since it's automatically done. It might need to be revised a little bit. Also, we offer different types of marketing campaigns. We have a standard one, which covers more or less both the online and the in-presence world. But we have one which is specifically targeting the online world. So depending if your club is meeting in presence, hybrid, or only online, you might want to use the standard one or the online one. And we have an additional version also. When you want to rerun the same campaign, but want to make it a little bit different, we have developed slightly different text that you can use. So in that case, you choose additional. And then last thing you need to choose is the duration of your marketing campaign. I would suggest maybe having a campaign that lasts a couple of weeks, exactly the time which goes from one meeting to the next meeting, but it's up to you to decide. And we provide campaigns from 1 day to a full month. As I said, experiment and see what works best in your case. What do we provide you when you generate this marketing plan? Well, you will get a table like this, where day by day, you will know what to publish. In the table, you will see the day where you have to publish something, the key message that you're supposed to be talking about, which can be maybe a title or an highlighted part of your post, a link to the picture that you can use to promote that post, and a detailed message that goes in the post. So this is what you would actually be publishing on Facebook. We are also providing you a list of connected hashtags that you can use. These, of course, are widely used in Twitter, but as I said, can complement even a Facebook post. And then we provide you with an extra information, which is not necessarily something you want to publish, but it's more for you to understand why we have prepared these posts. And we have identified a number of strengths and opportunities that Toastmaster offers. And for each post, we tell you which strength or opportunity is the one that we are covering with that particular post. We do this because we want you to not only take the material that we have prepared and use it as it is, but maybe elaborate a little bit on it. It's important to adapt the marketing campaign to your local needs, to the local culture. So knowing which strength or opportunity we are focusing on may give you ideas on how you can even better adapt the text that goes in the message to the local culture. And of course, we always suggest that your post includes a call to action. So here we have a standard call to action, but you might want to put something more specific. Maybe you're going to have a specific or a special meeting geared in a certain direction. Maybe it's a demo meeting, it's an open house, and you want to put that call to action, inviting people to that particular meeting or to take the opportunity to participate maybe in an event or something. So that should all be part of the post that you're preparing. How should you deal with this material? Well, my suggestion is to actually plan an entire marketing campaign. If you're like me, I tend to be lazy and I would forget to do the post every day. So I prefer to prepare it upfront. So I prepare when I have to do this at the entire marketing campaign with the text, the pictures, and all that is needed. And Facebook allows you to prepare all those posts. You prepare them and tell to Facebook that you want them to be published on a certain date. Another important thing that you have to understand is that there is a best time to publish your post. And this requires, understanding this time requires you to do a little bit of research on your Facebook page or your Facebook group analytics. Facebook offers very detailed analytics that will tell you a lot about your page or your group. If you go there, you will see what is the time when most people come to visit your page. Publishing at that time is probably the best idea. And there is one more very important thing. You should ask your fellow members, your friends, to not only go and like the post, but you should ask them to comment on the post, add something of their own, tell others how they experience that particular thing in the Toastmaster experience that you're posting about. Because when they do this, when they make a comment, the visibility of your post grows enormously. You can expect to reach at least 200 people and to see an increase of likes of 10% to the Facebook page or Facebook group if you just make the posts. But if you go one step further and invest a little bit of money in buying Facebook ads, you can get much, much better results. For example, you could decide to invest 50 euros in Facebook ads that you use over 15 days, and that will boost immediately the visibility of your ads. When you do that, it's a good idea to target very precisely those ads. So depending on which is your target group, define that in the Facebook ad manager and define the location that you want your ad to appear to. So you can have ads that are going to exactly the people that you want to attract in the location where your club is, or in the area that you want your club to cover. You might also be able to get some financial support from the district in order to do this. And if you are going to do this, I would suggest that you talk with your area director to ask them if they can provide this kind of support. Normally, you would need to make a motivated request to the district in order to get that financial support. And showing to the district that you have a very detailed plan and that you have a clear idea of how you want to do that campaign usually makes the request much more strong, and it's more possible that the district will be able to give you financial support. Another suggestion is to extend the campaign to other media. So not only do it on Facebook, but in addition, do it on Twitter, on Instagram, or on LinkedIn. And as we've shown you, the elements to do that are already available, and you can run the same campaign onto social media in conjunction. Hashtags and text are already provided. As I said, it's a good idea to translate them to your local language and to adapt them to your local culture. Everything that you need is available on this website, www.toastmasterseurope.org. You can simply put that, and then you will find a link to the Moonlit project, or you can add Moonlit project, and it will take you directly to that page. If I have a little bit of time, at the end of my presentation, I will actually show you the page. But now I would like to go and tell you a few more tools that you can use. And as I said, again, very simple tools that do not require any big knowledge in marketing to be used. The first thing is a set of ideas to make your club visible. We want to make sure that you are seen by others as they look for something about public speaking, and they should find you. So one thing that you can use is Google My Business. Google My Business is a free service of Google that allows you to create a listing for your club. You see here, for example, a picture of Toastmasters Roma, which is my own club, and it allows you to state where the club is located, what hours it opens, and maybe a phone or an email to get in contact with people visiting you. When you create your account on Google My Business, it's important to add keywords to help people find you. And these are some of the suggested keywords that I would suggest that you put. Doing that, creating this Google My Business listing will help you in making your club be visible whenever people look for public speaking in your area, or maybe they write Toastmasters or any term which is somehow related to what we do. Most probably you will show up in the first or second page of Google. And that will give you a boost and a possibility to get more visitors to come. Another opportunity that you have is through the Toastmaster International website. If you have ever visited the Toastmaster International website, you will see that there is a button or a section called Find a Club. And it lists all the clubs that are around the world. It's really important that you make sure that once people find your club, your contact details on the Toastmaster International website are up to date. In order to do that, if you're a club officer, you should go on Club Central and fill in the part called Club Contact and Meeting Information. So make sure that is up to date, especially in July when a new set of officers is in place. It's important to update that information because people will find that information in the Toastmaster International website. One more thing, when they go in the Toastmaster International website, there is a button that says Contact the Club. What happens when they press that button is that the system will automatically generate an email that will come to you saying, look, this person is interested in visiting your club. And it's important that you follow up on those emails. Again, make sure that your email address is correctly put in the contact information. Otherwise, that email will end up going somewhere else and maybe will not get answered. And actually answering those emails is another important part, but on that I will talk a little bit later because, as I said, I'm a very lazy person. This is why I developed an automatic system to answer to those leads. Another tool that you can use is Eventbrite. Maybe you're already familiar with this. It's a tool that allows you to sell or manage tickets for any kind of event. And it's free if you are promoting a free event. It's a good way to actually make, again, your club meetings visible and to help you manage your guests. It allows you to even create an automatic reply when people book a ticket for your meeting and send them the Zoom link to your meeting or information about the meeting if it's in person. You actually get promotion by listing into a page of Eventbrite events, and you can use it once you have set it up to get a guest list with all their data. And once you have that list, you can send periodic emails to the people who contacted you and tell them about your activities in your club. You can even link directly Eventbrite and Zoom with a special tool that will show you how to set up automatically a connection between Zoom and Eventbrite. As I said, I am a little bit lazy. All those leads that came from Toastmasters International, they would arrive, I would see them, and I would say, okay, I will answer them when I get home tonight, or I will answer them tomorrow. And then very often I would forget. And maybe I would answer a week later, or sometimes I would completely forget. So at a certain point, I said, I have to do something about this. So I used a tool called Zapier, which again, for this kind of use is free, that will automatically send an answer to those contact emails that arrive from Toastmasters International directly to the person who contacted us. So this little tool looks at the email that arrives, extracts the name of the person and his or her email address, and sends them a standard email that says, Mr. So-and-so, we are happy that you are interested in our club. We meet on this day at this time at this location. If you'd like to come in person, this is the procedure. If you'd like to join us online, this is the Zoom link. And we are waiting to see you at our next meeting, which will take place on, and we even provide the date. Not only this little Zapier thing does send out this email, it adds the name and the contact details of the person who contacted us into a spreadsheet. And again, that spreadsheet becomes our list to do further marketing when we have a special event, when we want to contact people who have visited us in the past or expressed interest in the past. We know that all the information is on that list. Now, how you can use it, you can simply go and copy this little Zapier thing and adapt it to your club. It's relatively easy to do it. Again, you will find information on the website that I already mentioned. A couple more ideas that you might want to put in place is to work with people interested in developing the club on a focused time, following a process which is very common in the startup world. In the startup world, they do startup weekends, which is a very short time, usually a weekend, where people interested in developing a startup meet and develop the idea together. So this is what I'm suggesting. Do a weekend of training for those people in your club and maybe in your area, and in collaboration with other clubs who are interested in either starting a new club or developing one, and put together the ideas and do what is needed to really start off the club using the tools that I showed you previously. By the end of the weekend, you should have in place either a campaign or a set of actions that will either promote a club, support a demo meeting, or start even a new club. What is important in developing this kind of approach is creating an open house. An open house is an open meeting that shows the benefits of Toastmasters to the wider community out there, and it's usually an effort done in collaboration between many different clubs. In Italy, for example, we have experimented with a countrywide online open house, and you might want to try something similar for Turkey. Maybe in Turkish or maybe in English, or you have two different meetings to cover the two languages. And then all the people that come will get a list of all the clubs that are existing, so they can then choose where to go. Another tool that might be important when you cooperate with other clubs is an onboarding tool. Sometimes when people join one of our clubs at the beginning, they have to learn a number of things. They have to learn how to use the Toastmaster International website. They have to learn how to use EasySpeak if the club uses EasySpeak, and they have to understand a little bit how the club meetings actually work. So having an onboarding meeting shared with other clubs or shared even across the division might be an interesting approach, because then you can put all those people that are new for that month together, and they can share experience, they will ask questions, and they will benefit from each other's learning. Also, it's a good time to pair them up with a mentor so that they will know whom to ask to when they have questions. It can even be a good occasion to show to non-members what our organization does from the inside. One more important thing, branding. When we develop marketing tools and marketing material for our club, we should always do our best to follow the TI branding. TI offers a very detailed branding guideline and suggests to use tools like Canva to actually develop the materials that you will want to use in your campaigns. If you're familiar with Canva, great. If not, I have a suggestion. I have prepared a PowerPoint template, a simple tool that most of us know how to use, PowerPoint, which will allow you to produce slides and ads and material in your desired format. So again, you will find in the slides the link to those templates in order to use them. And the final suggestion is to create a club promo video. When I first started doing promo videos, it would take me a lot of time. It might take me hours to build even a 1 or 2 minutes video. Then I discovered this little tool called Quick, Q-U-I-K, which is available on the iPhone and on Android phones. It's a very simple tool that allows you to put together small shoots that you have prepared, maybe small clips of 5 to 10 seconds, and assemble them in a video. It adds transitions, it adds music, and the final result is really quite good. Now, if you want to go in that direction, you have to approach this as you would approach a normal presentation or the preparation of a speech. You have to create the message that you want to pass, you want to understand it, and then you want to create an introduction, a body, and a conclusion to go with your story. And then you shoot in accordance to that skeleton, to that message that you have in your mind, and then it becomes easy to assemble them. One more suggestion for a great promo video, which you could publish on Facebook, is to add the Toastmaster of the evening, make a short summary at the end of a meeting, a 1-minute summary or 2 minutes at the most, but try to keep it very short, of what happened during the meeting. And that will be part of your recording of the meeting. You can extract that little bit and publish it. It's much better than just publishing photos of what happened during the meeting, because it's video, and video attracts a lot more. And if you're good at making those short summaries, it will become a great invitation for people to come to your next meeting. It's a little extra challenge for the Toastmaster of the evening, but it's a great tool. And if you're not familiar on how to create a promo video, I have here a training that I have prepared already a few years ago, but I think it's still a great way to introduce yourself to making short videos. A few extra things that might be interesting. Another tool which you can use is Meetup, or you can extract the highlights from your Zoom meeting recording and produce short promo videos, or maybe record a short interview with your member, both as a video and as text to put in a Facebook post. And if you have other ideas to share, I would be really interested in having them and getting them. My last slide is about giving you the link to these materials and an email which you can use to share ideas and maybe share other suggestions that I can then share back to the entire community. I think we have maybe a little bit of time if you have questions.
Yes,
and while
we have questions.
You think if you have questions.
First of all, I want to big applause from each one of you, our regional advisor, Francesco Fedele. Francesco, it was very detailed, very good experience to share with us. Thank you so much. We are so lucky to listen from your experiences. Thank you so much. Before asking questions to you, can I kindly invite our all members to open my camera, please, to take one good memory, to take a photograph, if possible. Yeah, thank you so much. It's optional if you wish. Thank you. I am taking just a second. Your lovely smile, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. First question will be from Eşref. Eşref, stage is yours. And second one, Neslihan Özer, please. Warm welcome.
Yeah, first of all, thank you very much for this presentation. You mentioned in your presentation that we can make our club as the first in Google search. If you can repeat again, because this is actually, I need to understand it clearly, how we can make our club in the Google search in the first top results.
Okay, so what you have to do is create a listing in Google My Business. Let me see if I can show you rapidly. Google My Business. Okay, let's see. Okay, so let me, okay. So this is the Google My Business page. Of course, you're seeing it in Italian. And it's a free tool to create. It asks you for your Google account and then brings you to a place where you can start creating the name of your organization, and then can be TM Club something, and then it will ask, oh, sorry, doesn't like. You have to detail a little bit what kind of organization it is, if it's a service organization, for example, the category of activity and so on. But as I said, you can find all the information needed to create this when you go to the Toastmasters Europe website, and on top here, there is a menu called Marketing Tools, and the first one is Be Visible. Will give you all the information on how to go about registering your club on Google My Business. Creating this will help you be in the first page when people search for Toastmasters or for public speaking, because the listings are influenced by where people are located. Of course, there is no guarantee that you will show up there. What is important is not only create the listing and add the keywords that are listed here, but also to add comments and have people that visit you actually put their experience, make a review of your club. That will make it much more visible.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Neslihan, stage is yours, Neslihan.
Hello, everyone, and thank you this great presentation. It was beneficial for all of us. And my question is that how can we reach the candidates member who specifically aim being in such a community? I mean, how can we distinguish people who need to be in this kind of formation at a certain point in their life?
Okay. I would say you could, for example, try to use Facebook to create a specific target that you want to attract. So when you create an ad in Facebook, you can define who is the target, and you can start deciding which age range. Look at the members that are normally part of your club. see what kind of people you are attracting, and that probably is your target. Then define the location. You want people from all over Turkey, or you want people from a specific city or within a certain area. And then start adding maybe the interest of those people. People who come to our Toastmaster meetings are usually people who are interested in self-development, in soft skills, and so on. And you can define a group by adding similar groups to which those people could belong to or could be interested into. So you can both put in keywords, but also actually put in the groups to which people will be maybe belonging to. That will make sure that your ad will go to those people.
Thank you.
And this is one way. Of course, you can be creative. You're welcome.
It was inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. And you don't have to have a big budget to do this kind of ads. You can start with 20, 30 euros or the equivalent and already get some good results.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, do you have another question, please? Stage is yours. Francesco, I want to ask kindly about hashtags. We love to put hashtags. Is there any critical advice or suggestion to choose to attract the right target for all of us? Thanks.
Okay. So let me answer by going again in the website and going to the Moonlit project. You will see that we have our marketing plan generator, but we also have a specific document that will give you, where is it? Here it is. Key messages and the and the collection of ready-to-use marketing plans will give you a list of suggested. Let me open one of them for you like this.